Now, I'm going to go against the grain a little bit here and say that Enzo Maresca deserved to be sacked. Because he's not a good manager. He was 2 years into his stint and he still hadn't improved things. That spells that he's got to go. I'm all for giving managers time, but I think 2 years is enough. And the excuses that he's been given, I swear, are like no other manager. Yes, they should have signed a centre-back, and they absolutely should have signed a goalkeeper. And apparently that was one of Maresca's main problems. He wanted a defender and he didn't get one. But they kind of did. They got Chalobah back, and he has literally performed insanely well this season. He's probably been one of their best centre-backs. And yes, he's still not as good as Levi Colwill, but was there anyone out there as good as Levi Colwill? I mean, maybe Gahey, but he seemed pretty set on going to Liverpool. And Palace didn't make it easy for them because they didn't get him. And on the wingers thing, yes, they signed multiple wingers when they needed a centre-back and a goalkeeper, but people acting like their wingers were already Premier League quality are just wrong. Pedro Neto was probably their best winger, and he still has so many critics to this day. So clearly they needed wingers. And let's not act like Garnacho's a bad footballer. Yes, he divides opinion, but he was quite good for Manchester United. And he's very young, which I get people think is the problem with the Chelsea new ownership. They only sign these young players to make profit. But Garnacho did have the potential to play very well for them. And he hasn't yet, but I still think he could. It would probably help if the Chelsea fans got on his side. And also, just because the transfers didn't work out doesn't mean we can go back in hindsight and say that they were bad transfers. For example, João Pedro and Liam Delap, everyone was saying were great signings when they came in. And Delap's been injured for the majority of the season, so you can't really say that he's been bad, he's just been injured. And João Pedro started the season well, and everyone thought it was an amazing signing, and now that he's slowed down, it's a bad one? I don't really get that. Enzo Maresca now has a better team than the two managers that came before him, and he's not really improving them. They've improved marginally in the table, but they haven't improved with how they play on the pitch. And even with their improvements in the table, they haven't won anything with it. They won a Club World Cup. Oh, and the Conference League. Yes, the ownership at Chelsea is bad, and that could be a completely whole separate video, but Maresca's not a good manager, and I would have had him gone before the start of this season. Because yes, they didn't sign players that covered every position that they needed, but what manager gets everything that they want? As much as you say about how many wingers they had, they still needed wingers or improvements in that position. And there wasn't that many good wingers available, so they probably got in Garnacho one of the best wingers they could have gotten in the window. There's multiple issues at Chelsea, but I would still say that Maresca was actually one of them.